Viewer discretion is advised.
Oh my God! Don't move!
We got some shell casings here.
We gotta run it, Go, Johnny, go!
Keeping the streets clean.
What the f?
Whoa, whoa!
Do a barrel roll! Man, this motherfucker nearly killed me. Get on the ground before I shoot you.
Whoa!
Oh, sick, dude.
Bad boys, bad boys. Hey everyone, Johnny here, and I'm joined by Smith. And today in Best with a Buddy, we're going to be checking out Police Simulator Patrol Officers.
Games aren't getting any cheaper, and with everyone fighting for your attention, we're here to break down the best and worst of all things co-op. Today, we're diving into probably one of the most underserved genres on the market today with Police Simulator Patrol Officers.
Dude, I went to talk to her, she pushed me, pulled the gun. I wasn't expecting that. What is this game? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a police sim game. You start off as a beat cop and you work your way up the ranks to get new patrol districts, different types of crimes that you can investigate, and a bunch of new tools that you can use to stop the bad guys. The game features two distinct modes, casual and simulation. Both are very similar, although the sim mode is a lot more brutal, penalizing players for misconduct and poor decisions, even resulting in patrols failing due to repeated mistakes. And hey, if you enjoy the video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. After all, we're keeping the streets clean for you.
From your body, no sudden movement.
What the fuck?
What the?
He is blasted.
This is where we check out our co-op board for the game, breaking down the game's key facts as quickly as possible so you know what's coming before you dive in. So the co-op style for this game is online only. There is no couch co-op or anything like that. There is no shared progression. Each player progresses at a different pace, although typically if you're in the same game, you'll progress at relatively the same speed, depending on who gets more penalties. For the accessibility score for this one, we're going to give it a low score. It is available on PC, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation. PC and Xbox can crossplay. PlayStation can't crossplay for anyone. The reason we're giving it such a low score is for a game that's 4 years old, it is still quite a premium price tag. It does go on sale for up to 50% off throughout the year, so if you're not desperate to jump on this one, wait for a sale. The time to co-op is immediate. As soon as you start the game, there's no lengthy tutorial or introduction. You can play with your friends straight away. Always online. This is mostly for those survival games that require one player to host a server. There's none of that here, and there are no restrictions. Both players can enjoy the game fully as if they were playing solo.
Oh my God.
Did you fucking die again, dude? So that's everything you need to know about how co-op works. Now we're going to dive into what we love about the game. So Johnny, tell me what are your favorite things about Police Simulator?
Well, one of my favorite things is the simulation difficulty. When we started, we tried on free mode just because that's what the game recommended. That was kind of the tutorial, and you can get away with a lot of stuff in that, and you don't like lose points or anything. Like, for instance, I crashed into someone pretty early, didn't report the accident, nothing, probably killed someone, just drove off into the sunset, no big deal, had my job the next time. Now, when you're on the sim difficulty, if you bump into something, if you run a red light, if you jaywalk, anything, you lose points. And if you lose too many points, at the end of the day, you don't get as much experience, which means you don't level up, which means you don't get new gear. It's brutal, but it's realistic, and it makes you play very specifically, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think the simulation option, and it is the way the game is intended to be played based on what it says in the options. I think it's the best way to play the game by far. Start off in the casual mode, get used to how the systems work. There are some problems which we'll get into a bit later, but the simulation mode is a lot of fun. If you've ever driven around in GTA, and you try to drive like a civilian and that kind of stuff, it's that kind of vibe, You're going to be putting your indicators on, you've got to stop at the red lights. There is a lot of sort of managing. It does become quite stressful to an extent of just not breaking any laws all the time, but it is a lot of fun and it is really rewarding. And rewarding is kind of like a continuous part throughout the game. The progression system is actually really good. You start off with like a single district and a couple of police cars, maybe even just one. As you level up and complete more crimes, you complete more days, you unlock new cars, new districts, tons of new tools, new crimes. So although it does suffer from repetition in places, you're going to be unlocking stuff at a really good pace, and it just keeps the game fresh and engaging for quite some time.
Yeah, and the progression feels really well paced as well, because we started off with like road flares and maybe a speed gun, something like that. But by the end, we had like spike traps, and we even had a snare on our truck. So basically nobody could get away from us. And when you put the spike trap out, that is really fun. You get to see the car totally spin out and crash. It is excellent, but you're unlocking a bunch of tools and also new crimes. So again, it's like you start off doing like parking tickets, and then you get stolen cars, graffiti, eventually get people stealing wallets and muggings, things like that. It gets pretty insane, and it's really well paced, which I enjoyed, again, a lot. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this game as much as I did, to be honest, but I really did. Here it comes, here it comes.
Oh, oh! Busted! Yeah, no, I had a really good time overall too. I was quite surprised, but there is a lot of issues with this game, and now we're going to dive into what we didn't like about Police Simulator Patrol Officers. Right, so we'll get the big one out of the way straight off the bat. The game is very buggy. It's 4 years old now on PC. They've just had a Switch 2 release a couple of months ago. It's also on Xbox and PlayStation, so the developers have had a lot of time to port the games over to different platforms, but they've kind of left this one to rot a little bit. There's a lot of connection issues, there's a lot of sync issues between two players. If you're both playing, Johnny will see a car do one thing and I'll see it do something else, and that's kind of immersion breaking, and a lot of times it means the guy gets away because I see him drive off and Johnny sees him right in front of us. And there's a lot of issues with the crime reporting too. You can find a gun on someone, they don't have a license, you charge them with that crime, and then you get penalized because the game doesn't recognize they have a gun. It's not enough to ruin the game, but like if you're sort of low on your points and you get a couple of crimes wrong, it does hit you really hard, and it should be something that is completely flawless. It's the core part of the game, and they need to sort it out. So if you're really off put by bugs, this is going to struggle with you a little bit.
And from my perspective, I was the co-op partner, Smith was the host. There was a lot of desync issues when I was driving and trying to take cars out, so that's something to note as well if you were going to be the co-op guy. Another issue is the sort of lack of excitement. There's not a lot of gunplay in the game. You do have a gun, you also have a taser, but when it comes to crimes, most of them, the excitement really comes from like when you pit a car, like when you try to stop a car and then it races away from you. There's not a lot of actions when it comes into, as I said, the gunplay. You do use your guns, it's just very rare and kind of disappointing, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think because it takes so long to get to the gunplay, and I lose the term gunplay, it's not like a shooter at all. It's more of a strategy approach to using guns. Because it takes so long, the anticipation builds, and it's inevitably just going to be a disappointment. So if you're looking for the sort of GTA style cop action, this is not that. But on the opposite side, it does mean it is rooted. It is a bit more realistic. It is a bit more sort of what you'd experience in real life. So it's got its sort of bonuses with that. I will touch on something else I didn't like, the DLC. So we got the Gold Edition, which came with the Highway Patrol DLC, which was not the newest one, it was the one before that. And like, I don't want to be rude, but it's absolutely garbage. You're just on this massive highway, driving around almost like spaghetti junctions, because the GPS is garbage. You could be driving along following the GPS, and it will tell you to do a complete 180. You do a 180, you go 100 yards down the road, it will tell you to 180 again. It's all over the place. It doesn't work very well. And when you're on the highways that have only got sort of structured exits every sort of 500 meters or so, it just makes the whole experience miserable. Like, if I'd have paid for that on top of liking the game, I'd have been really disappointed. We got bundled in with the game, so it wasn't so bad, but just if you're going to pick the game up and you're not getting it on sale, just wait for the DLC to go down a bit. How can the red line be that way, dude? That's off the map.
Brother, you are correct. What is going on? Now we're going to cover who will love the game, and I think it's pretty obvious. It is a police simulator game, so if you like being a cop or police sim games, you're going to love it. On top of that, if you do like cops, yeah, guess what? This game lets you play as a cop, so you get to play as a cop. You're going to love it. And I would say the repetitive nature of the crimes, like you kind of get to master the system and even the streets, which is a weird kind of enjoyment, but it is enjoyable. So if you like that type of repetition, this game will definitely be for you. It's over the cars, Smith, Officer Smith, careful. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean I lost a suspect? She was right f***ing there.
Moving on to the kind of players who should skip this game. GTA Cops, if you're after a sort of high-octane, adrenaline-fueled cop experience, this is not it. You will spend most of your time at road traffic accidents and doing road tickets, so just pick up GTA and shoot some people. Although routines are positive, repetitions are negative for some people, you will be approaching a lot of these situations in the same way, but if you enjoy making every action more efficient and more optimized than the last, sort of really fine-tuning your charging process, you will enjoy it. But for those people that find that repetitive, you will not enjoy it. And as I've said, it is very buggy. Some of these bugs have been around for a very long time. I don't think it ruined my enjoyment of the game, but it definitely adds a level of frustration if you're playing for extended periods.
Bro.
I can't trust you to drive at all, can I? So we've broken down the game. Johnny, how much fun did you have trying to clean up the streets of Brighton in Police Simulator Patrol Officers?
For me, this is going to be a solid A tier. It's a very fun game, very good co-op experience. I didn't really think I'd enjoy it too much, but the simulation aspect is actually really fun when you're playing with someone. The bugs and the lack of action, it definitely hold it back for me. And it is kind of, it seems like it's been phoned in since launch as well, so that's also another issue. But overall, I think it's a great game. What about you, Smith? How much fun did you have playing Police Simulator Patrol Officers?
Well, when you weren't trying to sabotage my promotional efforts by giving me fake crimes on people, I had a lot of fun. The bugs are a problem for sure. I can't see it being a massive issue to fix, but they haven't fixed them to this point. But I really did love the game, so it's an A from me as well. I think there's room for improvement. A couple of the other updates would be great, and I just wish this was a genre that some bigger developers would touch on, because I think there's so much potential here. But I had a lot of fun. I'd probably wait for a sale, because it is quite a steep price on the full price. But I think if you pick it up on a sale, I think you'll have an absolute blast.
All right, that'll do it for this Best with a Buddy. We will be back soon with another edition. But if you liked what you saw and got what you needed, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Later, Gators.
Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.